All right, since we talked about the wedding dress, let's now chat about the suit or the tux rentals. So, something that you may not know is that the style of the suits or the tuxes will be very similar and match or tie in or complement with the groom's suit or tux. So, you can have the groom's suit or tux look the same as the groomsmen and the ushers, or you could have them kind of tied together, or you could completely have the groom have an entirely different look. So maybe the groom is in all white and the groomsmen are wearing gray suits. So there are so many different ideas, and so just Google some options of photos to get visuals of what it will look like. I know a lot of us are visual learners and we want to see the end result. We want to know what our ideas would look like. Pinterest is great for this as well. So this, for the suit, the tux rentals, it will affect and include the groomsmen and ushers' outfits as well as the groom's outfit, and normally the father of the bride and the father of the groom, if the father of the groom wants. But it looks really good for family pictures if all the guys are in a similar suit or the matching suit or tux. Now, I do want you to be aware that renting is very expensive. It can get up there. So it can be between maybe $200 and $300 to rent a suit or rent a tux, and then you don't even get to keep it. So your groomsmen might be like shocked that they're going to have to pay this much money and they don't even get to keep it. That's what is sometimes hard, because obviously with bridesmaids, they're paying close to that amount, but they get to keep their dress. So think about if you're wanting to rent or if you're maybe wanting to pick something out that the groomsmen and the ushers can own for themselves. Additionally, when you're thinking about what type of suit or tux you're wanting to go with, you need to consider the venue type. So is this an indoor wedding? Is this an outdoor wedding? If you are at an outdoor wedding and you have layers upon layers and it's the heat of the summer, you're going to have your groomsmen sweating. Also, you can think about the color palette. So what coloring of suit are you looking for? Are you thinking more of a charcoal gray, that deep gray? Are you thinking more of that steel gray, that lighter gray, that heather gray? Are you wanting black suits? Are you wanting tan suits? Are you wanting navy? There are so many ideas these days. And then also the vest underneath the jacket can tie in with the color of your bridesmaids' dresses. So their vest underneath might be hot pink to tie in if you have hot pink dresses. You know what I mean. So for weather, if you're going to have an outdoor wedding on the beach even, maybe you're going a completely different route. You could just have them all wear khaki pants or white dress shirts with sleeves rolled up. That makes it more casual for the beach. Plus, you know, it may be very hot and humid on the beach, so you can't have them in full piece suits and not expect them to be sweating or get dehydrated. So additionally, you can incorporate a tie into the look. So there are bow ties that are very popular now, regular neckties. You don't have to have a tie. This is just an idea. There are no clip ties that exist now as well, or they just snap, or they're very uncomplicated. So some people may not know how to tie a tie, so they may need help getting it to look proper for the photos. Just be aware of that. There are lots of different fabrics out there as well, and some fabrics can be very heavy and hot, some are lighter. Like I mentioned earlier, maybe you want them to be able to buy the outfit because then at least they get to keep it. That is a great option. It's kind of ironic. For our wedding, I had to plan it during the COVID era, so there weren't even tux or suit venues, shops available or open for my husband and his groomsmen and ushers to go to. That wasn't even an option. So we had to piece together outfits ourselves, from the vest to the belt to the shoes, and everyone bought those pieces and we made outfits ourselves. because we didn't have an option. So maybe you want to go that route anyway. You can see photos from our wedding, how that look ended up looking for the groomsmen. James just so happened to have a perfectly tailored suit for him because he competed in the World Championship, the WBFF Championship, so it looked great for him and we just used that. But you can get creative with outfits, so don't feel like you have to do a suit or you have to do a tux. Like we just did a vest and the bow tie and black dress pants, and it looked really good. So the long white dress shirt underneath it looked really, really sharp. Tailoring will definitely help your suit look its best. Like I said, James's suit was tailored. It was tailored for his body. It looked awesome. That way you don't have like those car salesman pants that people always say with the bagginess at the bottom. So definitely factor alterations into the budget, and don't forget about the tie, the dress shoes, and the dress socks. All of these costs add up for sure, so just make sure that people are aware of the cost, and additionally budget those costs in for your future husband. Additionally, please make sure that you designate someone to return all the tuxes the day after the wedding, or whatever the time frame is that the suit tux rental place specifies if you're indeed renting. I believe in a lot of weddings they require the suits or tuxes to be returned by the following Monday, following that Saturday wedding. So it's a really short time frame to get everything back. Also, please do a double check inventory that all of the rental pieces are included with each person's suit, because you will get charged for any pieces that you either wreck or that you don't return. So, all right, I would suggest figuring out what suit design or style you are wanting to rent at least a couple months in advance, because you'll get first pick, obviously, if there are a ton of weddings or there's prom or some other event that same weekend and all the sizes are taken, you'll kind of be out of luck. And additionally, if you have that couple months advance warning for your groomsmen, there will be time for them to get everything in and get adjustments if they need other sizes. So that's very, very helpful. It also allows them time to get in the first place. So if you pick out what you want your groomsmen and ushers to wear last minute, that is going to put pressure on them with their schedules if they have to make time to go to the shop, get fitted, and they may just not have a whole lot of time if it's like so close to the wedding that you don't even know if everyone will get in on time. If you can do things way far out in advance, that makes it a lot easier on your wedding party, and it also spreads costs out as well. So if they're renting a suit for your wedding, but then they're also pitching in for your bachelor party, and then they're also buying you a gift for your wedding, these costs add up. Plus, if they travel to get to your wedding, so they may even have to take time off of work to go to your future spouse's bachelor party and to your wedding. So they're losing out on income there as well. So if you can be considerate and space out these costs, that really, really will help them, and that's just kind. Like I said, I will make another note here. Please have someone designated to return the tuxes after the wedding. You don't want to forget to do that. And be aware that everyone pays for their own suit or tux rental. Like, you do not have to cover that as the bride and groom. Normally, it's pretty much common knowledge that the groomsmen and ushers know that they have to pay for it. Also, if you have groomsmen that live out of town that maybe don't have that chain business that you are going through for your suit or tux rentals, that's okay, because what they could do is they could get sized at any shop. They could get their measurements taken at any shop and then send their measurements directly to the place that you are renting from. And then when they get in town, they can go to that shop and try on their suit or tux for last minute alterations. So that is always an option if they don't have that particular brand company in their town or even nearby them, but you want them to match the rest of the group, that's always an option, because there are generally tailors, seamstresses, or mom and pop shops that can take their measurements and then they can just submit them directly to the chain itself. So we will discuss bridesmaids' dresses a little later on. This was specifically just geared for the guys in your wedding. Hopefully this cleared it up a little bit, and if you need photo references, like I said, you can definitely check out those slideshows or the video footage from the wedding just to see kind of what we did, but totally feel free to Google images or Pinterest on suits that guys wear during the wedding. You'll get so many ideas. You'll see how all the color schemes look really good and really different, and maybe pick one that ties and incorporates well in with your bridesmaids' dresses or the color scheme of your wedding, even the theme of your wedding. If your theme is more casual, then you don't have to do full tux that's super formal, but if it's a very formal wedding, you don't want khakis either. So just find what fits your wedding and go with that, and I'm sure it will turn out awesome. Hey ladies, so I thought of some additional information for you regarding the suit and tux rentals. So I figured, hey, why not? I'll just record yet another video for this section. So what normally happens when you are reserving and picking out the suit and tux style is you and your fiance will go into a store and you will decide on the color of the suit, the style of the suit, the brand name of the suit, maybe the shoes that match or the belt that matches, whatever the case is. You will go in as a couple and decide on all of this together. So your groom will try it on, that way you can approve and make sure that you like the color and the whole matching outfit. And what will happen is they will enter all of his information or all of your information into their database system. So they will get your wedding date, they will type in the suit brand, the color, all of the matching accessories that go with it. And they will do that, and they will give you a group code or a group name. That way your groomsmen, when they come in to get fitted for their suit or tux, they will just give the employee the group name and the reservation code. That way the employee can pull up your records and find out, okay, what date will this need rented on, what color, what shoes match. That way everyone is on the same page, and the right design, the right style gets reserved. So if it is a chain, if it's like a nationwide or a popular business that appears in different cities, what you can do is you can put in the system, or your groomsmen can put in the system, that they will pick up the rental suit in the wedding city's destination, so that they don't have to fly on an airplane with it or drive it across the country. So they can get fitted in a different location, but have the store reserve it for them to pick it up in the city where the wedding will actually be. That is so awesome. So you may want to send out a piece of paper way in advance. I would actually recommend that, with all of these details on it for the groomsmen, the ushers, father of the bride, father of the groom. And I will include a picture of this paper. That way you can make one for yourself. It's a good reference point. So you will want to include the name of the business that they should get fitted at, the group name and the reference number to get their fitting measurements. You'll want to put the event date on there, as well as the fitting deadline date. That way they know the final date they're able to get fitted for this. Also include the rental pickup dates, which is typically maybe 2 or 3 days before the ceremony. So include those dates on this paper of information, as well as the drop-off date, which is typically the day after the ceremony. Now, sometimes you'll have someone arrange to drop all of these off together. Obviously, make sure you go through and all the inventory is in each one with the proper pieces, nothing missing, or you'll get charged for it. But additionally, you can include on that piece of paper, that information, that if it's an option, or if you're having a wedding in a city outside where most of your groomsmen will be located, that you can, if it's an option, instead of having to transport and travel with your tux and attire, you can request to pick it up in the city where the wedding will be located. So you can include all of this in a piece of paper and literally email it or mail it to your groomsmen and ushers. That way there are no questions. So I will include a photo so you can design one for yourself. Hopefully this helps you, and now you can feel free to move on to the next section.